Hello, Jamie back from Inky&Scrappy with my Let's Start Stamping series. This one is hopefully going to be a quick one. I'm going to do a little shaker, I think. I already have my panel rip-worn and ready to roll here. I'm using a die set from, let me see here, Pretty Pink Posh. So it comes with that piece, and the little champagne flute. So cut this one out and you get this one or this one, and in this case I cut these two at the same time, so it cuts out, it gives it, because you need, acetate cuts out better if you have a piece behind it. So knowing that I needed the back piece anyways, I cut them both out at the same time and it worked beautifully. So keep that in mind, it's an option. And then for the pink ones, I cut out the main flute and then I just dropped in, since I'm not going to show you running it through anyways, I just did it ahead of time. So I just dropped it in, kind of lining it up the best I could inside the stitched marking line. So I can't say they're all perfect, but they got pretty close to perfect. There's kind of a fairly good, I mean, it might have been off a little bit if you take a tape measure to it, right? Or, you know, a calibrator, is that, I don't know, whatever that thing's called. It's going to be a little bit off. It's not perfect, but I did tape it down and ran it through a second time. So I got the little pop-out piece. I didn't do any of the little bubbles and or confetti style pieces, I guess they could be. I'll just use shaker bits for it. So let's put those ones back. Alright, so we have our shaker pieces, and I'm going to start with this one. I actually picked up this really cute paper a long while ago. I couldn't even tell you the brand that it is. It's either a Simple Stories or I'm thinking it's Simple Stories for some odd reason, but it's like a New Year's pattern. So for my start piece of my shaker, I need to glue the acetate onto the front window, you know, the one that has the window in it. So to do that, I just add some liquid glue and I'm going to put it underneath a block. It's going to keep it held down in place. You can also use double-sided score tape or double-sided score tape. You could also add adhesive to the back of your panel before you cut. So just doing that. There's die cut style adhesive or a thicker style score tape would work for that one, and then cut it out and then you just remove it like a sticker and stick it to that acetate piece. But I, you know, was trying to, you know, I just did it with the other because sometimes it's a lot of adhesive that just gets wasted. So this one was like, this paper was on one side, and then it was like those, I want to say 2x3s, like little panels. So Kiss Me Now, Midnight is Past My Bedtime. So I'm going to kind of cheat and use that one as my sentiment for this one. So I didn't have the right size, right? So I had cut this one apart already, made a whole bunch of panels, and so this one was one that was left, and so I'm going to cheat my die cut to kind of be more of a square than a rectangle on this one, just because I want it to showcase just the sentiment. I don't want it to take up half of my card. So I will run this through the die cut machine. I'll be right back. So I ran it through, and then I'm just going to line this one up on the bottom edge here. I really just need to cut that other little side, right? So I'm going to try to get my stitching to actually like sink in on this one. I have it sunk in on this side. I don't know if it's not lined up on the other side or what's going on here. So just kind of lining it up, hopefully so I don't get a double stitch on the one side is kind of what I'm hoping. So I'm going to run that through the die cut machine again, and I will stop the die cut machine once I get to this corner. So I'm probably even going to run it through at an angle like this, so I just get this area here and I don't end up hitting the areas that are already cut. I hope that makes sense. I I don't know if it cut all the way. I did it once and it didn't cut all the way, but I have a good enough line there that I'm just gonna cut it with the scissors and get over myself. Because I don't want to undo. It like got crooked. We'll cover it up. I'm not worried about it. Okay. So just know that's a possibility. I got it to go this way and I didn't run it through far enough the first time, and then I tried to go back and do it, and yeah, we'll just say it was a hot mess, and I'm just gonna let it be. I don't think I'm gonna get the stitch marks how I want them anyways. Okay, so for this one, I'll just add some bling there. It's all good. Okay, so Kiss Me Now, midnight is past my bedtime. And then we can do, well, because we can go this way, but I'll probably go this way with this one and then just add some bling down below. So I thought about bringing in a different die from a different set, but I think this one will work this way just fine. So I need to figure out my shakers. So I only have the white ones in the shorter ones that are a little bit thicker. This is probably a 2mm. This one is probably a, well, maybe it's, no, this one's a 2mm. This one's a 3mm, and I really wanted to do a little bit more height on it. And I'm out of the white 3mm ones. So we'll use the black. It'll work because I have the black outline, so I don't think we're going to have an issue. I would have probably preferred white on this one though, but it is what it is. And so for this, I'm going to remove both sides. It does make it a little bit sticky to kind of maneuver it, but ultimately it works better because you can actually manipulate your adhesive a little bit better. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to do it straight down here. Snip that one off. Then I'm going to start down here and walk my way up the side, making sure that I can't really see any of that adhesive on the other side of it. And I can turn here, but it's going to be, oh, let's see, does it, or we make it okay. So, and then I'm just going to snip it here. I snip it so there's like a little bit of extra. I don't want it to be short. I would rather it have more than not enough. And then down here, because there's just that little area that's, I don't know, kind of one of those could possibly ooze out the leaky things, you know, all of the fun stuff. And I don't want that, so I'm just going to come down here and put another little piece of that in there. And then I will add glue in here. The glue will help to keep anything from actually sticking to the, like sneaking out of the shaker, if you know what I mean. I don't want to, I mean, I want to send a shaker, but I don't want to send a falling apart shaker. Although granted, once it leaves my house, all bets are off. And you know, if it decides to sprinkle joy outside of these walls, that's on it. I try my hardest not to let it sprinkle joy outside these walls. Do I want to, I'm going to try to do it on here and line it up that way. Sometimes this proves to be difficult, especially with such a small one. I'm bringing in Trinity Stamps Gold Rush Confetti Mix. It's just a really pretty gold holographic circles. It's gonna match my gold kind of inside, I guess. I was looking for a light pink and I just didn't find one in my stash. Sad, I know. Not that I need to order it. I do have a peach that I thought would maybe work too. And then instead I'm going to bring in the bubbles. So these are from Recollections, which is Michael's brand. Clear, transparent. They're like bubbles, literal bubbles. No holes in them, just bubbles. And I should have my handy dandy scooper. So these, some of them are big, some of them are small. The big ones might not be small enough. Oh, we're gonna have issues. Okay, well, we're gonna try. The joys of working with small rolly things. Okay, I think we're good. I'm hoping we're good. Can I get a couple more on there? I'm gonna have little circles running around my desk for days. It's okay. I don't mind. Come back. Okay. Alright, so I have my sequence mix on there. I am going to add a line of glue all the way around the top part here. I'm not worried about my base part. I'm really just worried about the top part. And I got a bead in the glue. Okay, so I have this one. I think I got another bead in there. Okay, gold metallic probably wasn't the wisest choice on my end, but whatever. Alright. I'm just going to try to line it up the best I can. The little bit of glue might give me a little bit of wiggle room. So, you know, we're going to just hope for the best and make it work. Hopefully it's not sticking out all over the place. Now, it did catch a little bead there. I'm going to use, where's my little poker tool? The little poker tool to just kind of guide that little bubble back inside the glass where it belongs. That's the joy of using that little bit of glue. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room when it comes to pushing things back inside where they need to be. The other option is not to take the, or put the adhesive back on the top piece and like kind of pry it and then add your shaker bits on, you know, through the top little slip, but that doesn't always work the greatest either. So anyways, I think we did okay. It's not lined up exactly, but I think the gold behind doesn't really, it doesn't hurt anything, right? And then of course the rest as well. Okay, let me put this.
So after my disastrous filling of the shaker bits for the first one that I did, I switched it up and did it this way, and it was a whole lot easier. So I'm going to include that at this point, doing the voiceover, which I normally don't do for these, so I apologize if the volume is different. But I added the little bubbles, and then of course I decided to bring in the peach iridescent shaker mix from Cat Scrappiness for this one. And I like the peach almost better. I think I did bring in a little bit of gold for one of them, but these went together a whole lot easier. I can't say that I lined them up the greatest. I was a little off on a couple of them, but because my background was that gold flute, it really didn't matter. I didn't trim anything off. I just left it. Maybe it looks like it wasn't off bad, right? So it kind of looks like a shadow. I also did not add glue on top of this one. I just let it be and it held a lot better. The other one ended up with like the little bubbles like got caught on the glitter or the sequences or on the foam, and the sequences did, and off camera like I ended up like poking and pulling it apart off the front of the card and poking all of those things back in. So this would be the method that I would tell you to go with. The other one just didn't work out the greatest. On a bigger card front it would be fine, or a bigger shaker it would be fine. If I wasn't using those little circle beads, it would have been fine. Sea beads would have been okay because they're not perfectly round. They've got the flat part on them, and so ultimately once they settle they'll sit in that spot. And these ones are just bubbles, so they're circles. I'm still picking off the little circles or finding them on my desk. Yeah, so this is definitely the easier way to go, and as you can tell I did 3 of them in under 2 minutes once I had the foam on them. It went really well. Also, not putting foam tape on the whole stem for this it helped a lot because I could touch the stem, hold it in place, and then add the backing, and you really didn't need that full piece of foam on there. Why didn't I do it on that one? Because I had a partial piece and I was like, oh, it's fine. I wasn't too worried about it. You can see on the back that you're going to have I had a little bit of foam hanging out, but it really wasn't a big deal. It's going to stick to my card front in the long run anyways, but I think that one was probably the one that I was off. You can see there's a little bit of offness on them, but they worked well.
Before I undo all the things, I still have beads everywhere. Okay, so we got our shaker bit, our shaker thing. We've got our Kiss Me Now. Midnight is past my bedtime. We might just be able to go, if we do Kitty Wampus and Kitty Wampus, and I can cover up the part that really didn't get the stitching. Or we can go straight. I kind of like it Kitty Wampus just because that one is back. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. I'm just going to glue my panel down here. And smush that in there. And then for this one, I'm going to go the opposite direction with it. I see we like to stick. Everything is sticking to the outside. Go figure. Oh well, whatever. It works. Okay, we're going to go with some glue. It's because I added glue to the back. You know, it didn't stay where it was supposed to stay. Probably shouldn't have gone with the little circle bobbles, but they're cute. I'm gonna go here with it, and then I'm just gonna hold this down for a little bit. And we do have our little shaker card front there. Super simple and easy with the pre-done piece. I'm trying to think if the other ones, I got I think one or two done with some smaller ones, or I'm working on them, so you know it's okay to be a little emotional. And I think there's another one somewhere, but I also found, I think Amy shared these ones with me. These ones are Lisa Horton craft dies, so they're like a smaller set, not meant for a shaker unless you're gonna do a teeny tiny shaker, but those would work, you know, in here like this. I think I'm gonna do the bigger ones on this one. I will post all of the shakers that don't say naughty words on them at the end of the video. Once I have them all done, it'll be my project today to finish those. I think I only have a couple left to do. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing new year. Welcome to 2026. Keep getting inky. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, hype. If you are here within the first, I think, 7 days of posting, you can hype it. That really helps the channel out and grow. I'm going to try to post a little bit more this year. It's my goal, but we all know how New Year's resolutions and goals go, right? Maybe I'll be here till February, then I'll probably drift off. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna try to get a little bit better with a couple more added videos, maybe more real-time videos as opposed to the cut and voiceover ones, but we'll see. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Bye. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to add some bling yet. Don't mind me. I'm just coming back in here. Gonna, you know, play with stuff, because that's what I do. I just want to do a few spilling out, I think. We'll go 5 to start with. We'll start little bubbles and go to big bubbles, I think. Maybe. Plus, it brings the shaker mix. Oh, do I want to go big to small? I think we'll go big. big glitter. Alright, it brings the shaker mix outside the card, so adding it on top here even would add a little bit. I'm not going to add it on top because it'll add another layer of dimension that I probably don't really need on an already. Do I want any more? I think we're good. Maybe. Yeah, I think we're good. And I didn't even need to like fix my little goof there. Nobody's gonna notice but you and me because we know it's there because I told you it was there. But okay, now I'm done with this one. I still have to finish the rest of them. But okay, I'm gone now. Bye!